Alright. Um, let's do some of this stuff. I believe I finally... Oh, someone is here. I believe he's watching a previous video. I believe I finally found the issue. And just because different people start asking the same second that I add this page, ban code, and they don't know what's going on because they came immediately just after I explain why I'm putting it. I put the message, so instead of I explain it to myself or explain it to everyone, they see it. I believe I found the problem and it was kind of hidden, and it was kind of interesting to see where is the issue. So in the code, in here it find what the actions do. And to explain that, let's open that. The problem is I'm using a very confusing terms, and I apologize for that. I made them for myself, and to explain them is not the easiest thing in the world. These are called actions, and these are called action condition, and this is actually called action condition 2, and I have action request from the keyboard. So yeah, not the clearest way to explain things. But in here, if the character can do several kind of actions, he can. Oh, sorry, I was pointing at the state. The state. Here are the action. For example, the character can be on the ground. The character can be on the air. The character can walk. And walk doesn't mean only walking. It means actually moving. And I'm not using the best terms to express these stuff. And down doesn't mean crushing. It's mean the controller actually clicking down. Doesn't matter. So sometimes it's specific. Sometimes it's not. The issue is jump 1 and jump 2 and jump 3 and jump 4, of course, are activated. They are checked in here. Is the list of actions, the small ones, make the correct set of the action condition to do the action condition things. So if he's on the ground and he just click on jump, then he will activate the initialize for the jump. And when he goes to the air, then he use jump 3. If he was moving, it becomes jump 4. If he was moving and initialize the jump, it's jump 2. And each one of them have its own, it can have its own animation and its own condition and its own tag. And the tag is what it do to the character. So because jump 1 is jumping without moving right or left, it's only move the Y. But jump 3, it move both. And if you have a set of armor, just because it's a set of armor doesn't deal with the status, you can add the condition to change the functionalities of the jump. Later on, I'll make these as, I don't know, I might replace them with script if they are fast enough to add variables, and then I can use variables instead of fixed numbers. Or I can just do the variables in the skill place. Anyway, what's the issue is, this guy check if there is a special condition for this guy in here. And in here it says if I reach to the maximum height, it should set it to drop, and actually, and it should remove the jump. What's the problem is, it's immediately after it do the change, it return and put back the state of the action condition, the original one. This one, jump 3, which is move. And that's why it never hit the cycle. just change it to drop and immediately change it back to the move before the other action check happen. And because of that, it miss the state of drop, and it will keep going. It will keep jumping, and this is really confused me to hell. So we need some kind of trigger. This guy. Maybe I can make this guy return a boolean value, and if it is false, that means don't continue. And I don't know if you will be happy with that, but let's give it a try. So this is the active condition activator, and it is in the animated particle. And the animated particle is like a blueprint to the creatures. So instead of the creatures know where's the collision places, where's the animations, the name of the animation and everything, this guy have all the info, and each creature only hold the info, what's its need, the position on the map and everything. Steven22 say hi, and we say hi back. How are you doing? So let's try to make it as a boolean. And now he will cry a lot because we need to return a boolean in here. Good to hear that. Who is else with me in what? In the project or in the room? Or he's asking who's else with you. In the room, I'm alone. In the project, I'm alone. In life, I'm single. I'm alone. No, I'm talking to the camera, even if I don't have people with me there. So, yeah. Because this is returned true. Actually, let's return the break and make it general. Yeah, JC is always with me. In his dreams, of course. That sounds wrong in many ways. So the guys are fooling around in the chat. Yeah, I don't add a camera to the chat in here. Yes, I'm working on Monogame, and I'm making a project. This is my engine, actually. I'm making an engine, and I'm testing a game, a prototype on it, and oh my god, even the simplest task is a nightmare. But when it's finished, I can do very, very complex things easily, hopefully, including making fighting characters like Tekken in RTS game, and there's RPG characters. You can do crazy stuff. So you can create mini games easily with that. The characters are standalone. It's kind of crazy the way how I made it. Very complex system, and I'm really happy with it. It's hypered. It's not data driven. It can be data driven almost like 95%, but actually it gives you some space to make hard code or use a script. So you have many options in it. And it's very crazy, very powerful. I don't believe that I'm doing such a thing after all these years. And I'm quite happy with that. I'm really happy with it. So actually this part is not needed. I can remove the whole thing. But this is a hard code. I could replace it with a script, but the script, I might replace my parser. I made it 6 years ago, 7 years ago, 2010. When was that? Yeah, 6 years ago. And I wasn't that good in C# or even in patterns and stuff. In patterns design. Actually, I never learned about that pattern design before that. So I could make it a little bit faster. So this part actually is not needed. It check if it is null. So if the code is not there, it will just ignore it. We can do this if, and then return. Actually, if it is not true. So now it will break the cycle, but this is a little bit scary because we need the set animation. Dang it. Do we? Do we? Do we? Do we? Let me think. Well, the next action set will check before the control. Let me see. Let me see. So Steven22 asked why use this engine, and I will ask him elaborate. It worked! It fucking finally worked! Now he will drop down and continue, and because we screwed up with this guy, let's make him jump normally to test the numbers. So I found the error that's troubled me today, and I spent 3 freaking hours, couldn't find it, and I finally found it. It was so fucking, I should use this word. It was so freaking annoying. It's actually got on my timber, and the bank took 3 hours to finish its problem too, just to make the day so spiced, I guess. So what I was going to do, yes, I was going to go to the initializer, go to the tag, and remove the fixed value, and return the actual value. Finally! A very simple task, and it's finally working. So as you can see, the speed is quite lame. Let's make him faster a little bit. So let's go to Act 2. Walk. Actually, I can add speed, so I add more than one animation here, and make a hard code condition that if he walked for 5 seconds or 2 seconds or a certain value, he jumped to the other animation to run, and then jump to run too, and that thing will be faster. But all of that is up to the game designer, who thanks God is not me. And that's why I don't care about the tuning yet, because it doesn't matter. I just want to do something called proof of concept that the thing is working. So let's go and move the game that we just adjusted. And move it here. I could adjust the file manually, but I don't want to show this file in here. And that's why I made this page. Whenever I deal with this file, the game data, I don't want anyone see it, because I don't think I will change the order. And I don't want the viewers to see the noise places, because after the decryption, there's some noise data in between, and it's so obvious when you see the file unencrypted, and I don't want them to see that, because I don't want to change the setup for that. So let's test it now, and hopefully it won't crash like usual. So yeah, he's moving double the speed, only the right side. On the left side, it seems I didn't save the changes. Congratulations. So lame. I didn't add roof detection, so he's doing that, but it's similar to the ground detection. I don't care about it. And the wall, I can stick with the wall like this because it's not tuned enough. And on the ground, it seems I'm going to add another rectangle for solidity check instead of using some variables. But fuck all of that. Fuck all of that. Let's see what we need to do next. So let's go back to the last to-do list that I was dealing with. And there you go. Done. Now we can implement the number of jumps, speed up stuff, but I don't care about that. I just want to implement the stuff in the engine to work in the game. These things called tuning or working on the game design, and I'm not working on the game now. I'm working on the engine, but I want to do something to prove that what the engine do is working, and that's why you will see my work here is half-assed, and that's the reason. So we need to make the layers works. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So let's take a look on the layers. So this part is quite complicated. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. And we need to deal with it. Animations can have layers. And let's take an example like Walker. When he run with a gun, he should have a layer, and as you can see, his hand is missing because no layers in here. What the hell? Alright, so let's add. No, they are here. What's going on? So we have his left arm and right arm, but I believe these for aim. Yeah, right arm for aim. So we need to add more arms for the running. Oh yes, here in aim he has both arms in here, and the left arm should be on the back. And these are saved in, wow, another crash in the game file. Do you imagine that? I hate myself sometimes. What the hell? So let's see. Hopefully it's not the game file. So I haven't worked on layers since only God knows. Maybe a year ago or something. Yes, I've been working on this idiot for more than a year now. Wait, it's around a year or not? No, this is more than a year, since April last year. It has been more than a year. Around a year and a half or something. So I will barely remember what the hell is this. So he has two layer slots, 0 and 1. And the index is 2. So we have an issue with the indexing because the main is not counted, I believe. But what the hell? It should. There's no way I. Kind of funny. So I believe this issue didn't exist before because I tested many times. What the hell? So we either can add a fake layer for the main, or figure out why this issue is going on and it wasn't being solved before. You need to beat me very hard to remember all of these guys. I can't remember any of them. So give me a second. I need to remember what the hell is going on first. So first of all, let me close all the tabs that I'm not dealing with. So it's in the animation creation. No, it should be in the layer slot, right? So which tab I was working with? This one? Yes, this one. So this is the third one. So this one. And I don't want to see any other tabs. So I will close the prototype. The control is not finished because I was working on it on the engine side first because I wasn't sure. It's quite amusing that something so simple like control, you think it's so easy to make a control for games, and then all of a sudden you have a very generic game that you don't know how many number of players, you don't know if they are using joystick or keyboard, and you need a custom control for each of them. And if you don't know if they are local or network, and you don't know how the joystick is working in the stupid mono game, and you don't know a lot of things, and you don't know who's controlling at the time, and what's the character accept what kind of control, and you need to make a system for them to manage everything. So actually it took me a while to figure out how to build this stupid system to answer everything. But now we have solved it finally, and we should look at this. What's going on? So here it says needs some consideration. So apparently I have an issue before, and I was like, eh. Oh, this is the layer based on the AP. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, I don't think I will use that anymore. So, yeah, I might delete that thing. So this one will insert the layer, and the layer slots is called in the first one, and that's what's mean insert before, and this is insert after. It should take the position. So where's the code that take the position? Oh well, it just add at the end. Okay, it doesn't care. um So if we choose one of these, if it is main, it will ignore us. It will clone the temporary ABA 3 layer slot. It will clone that slot and put in here. Oh yes, I'm cloning it so if you cancel the changes, it doesn't save. Alright. But the funny part is, it's saving, it's checking the name. It doesn't take, it doesn't take what do you call, the location of the thing. It just find the name. That's mean the name must be unique. Alright. What's the difference between this and this? Yeah. Apparently we have more than one layer. So let's close these guys and take a look on the animation classes. First of all, no, we might need all of these guys. Yeah, I don't need the game core. Get out. You have eye accessory, layer slot, an animation layer slot. So the animation layer slot have layer slots. Isn't wrong how do I pronounce slots, I wonder? An accepted layer type. So this one is just like a slot to put the layer in it. And this one has the width, height, angle, and position. But who is responsible on the image? What the hell? Let me check something. Yeah, the thing is, considering weapons and creatures as layers. So you can make a weapon that you can equip it to a weapon that you can equip it to another weapon, and when you shoot the main one, it shoot all of them. And you can add accessories like lenses and stuff. And the funny part is, you can consider the player or the creature as a weapon. So if you have as an accessory, sorry. So if a car can be equipped with a monster or a player, and the player can equip with a weapon, and the weapon can be equipped with a lens, and the lens is equipped with another germs monsters, and these germs has, I don't know, you can equip everything with everything. And to make this work, you need to deal with the mess. So I need to understand, how did I build this idiot or this mess or whatever. Accessory type, yeah, it's related to the equipment, but it's not similar to the equipment, because equipment can show differently based on who's holding it. So when you hold it with different guy, actually show totally differently than how the first guy holding it. So it will take me some time to figure out how the system work, to implement it on. As you can see, the number of lines is not a joke. And I noticed that people who watch me in here really hate me when I stall on the work, trying to figure out how the things works. So apparently, let's see the error again. We didn't figure out, or we didn't jump over the apparently the main in here. So if I select Walker and select the animation aim, the left arm, except Walker left arm. And if I go to the accessories, there should be an accessory for left arm, and unfortunately it doesn't show in here. Maybe it does. Yeah, it does. Sorry. This is the left arm, and this is the right arm. And they should be connected in here. So this is on the back, and because the frame size is exactly the same of the frame size of Walker, if we go back here, this character called Walker, and it's only the skin, the hair and everything is, oh wow, this is the old one. So this one is the same size of this one, so I don't need to move it, it's easier for me. But when I click on this one, it should be 2, the index, but it should be 1, sorry, because it's after the main. So who's calling this? So here we need to make a condition that if we pass the main, we decrease 1 from the selected index. And this is the fastest fix I could think about. So what we are going to do, if I'm going to add the condition in here, it will take like 3 lines or something. But let's try to do that. So we need to add a condition, and if it is true, then we negate it with 1. If it's not, we decrement it with 1. So what's the condition? We should use something like Lingo or something. I read that JavaScript cannot convert a C# lingo into JavaScript. And if you want to do that with GSIL, you need to upload to Mega or something. And it's buggy, and yeah, anyway. So how can I do that condition? Yeah. First of all, let's figure out what's the name of the list. Here's the name. And in here, find index. No. Oh, what does find do? What? Find form. What am I pointing at? List box. Yeah. List box doesn't have find. Select. Contain. Well, it's return boolean. It doesn't return the index. Guess I cannot do it as a condition like that. Oh well. So we need to add a boolean. I really don't want to add a boolean inside because every time the function is called, the boolean will reinitialize. I don't know if the compiler will save its position and not reallocate it every time, because it's the guys who made the compilers are much smarter than us. So I usually put the variable outside if they are overused, but this one is not that overused, so let's put it in here. And I shouldn't worry about the memory as long as if the guy doesn't play with the list up down 70,000 times per second for an hour. I don't think there will be any problem with the memory. So let's do boolean is post main is equal to false, and in here we do a small loop. Can I do that with the list? I don't know. Let's do for int I. I haven't dealt with this GUI stuff with C# for a very long time, and I might screw up badly in here, so don't count on me. Or don't yell at me if you see me doing something really stupid. I apologize in advance. If lsl list a tab. I always remember that guy who says, why do you have long names? You should name all your GUI components into 3 letters or something. Yeah. First of all, we need to know the selected index. So if I is greater or equal than selected index, then is post main is equal to false on break. Oh, of course. And if the item is equal to main, then it is post main. So if it is post main, then decrease 1. If not, decrease nothing. And there you go. And of course, I believe he's crying because this thing is an object. So either we do it to a string or use equals. So let's see how this will crash in my face. Where were we? So here, left arm, main, right arm, ta-da! I don't know why that I never checked this before, or maybe I don't know, it was working and I have no clue. Let's be honest, I have no clue. I mean, I was testing the stuff over and over, and yet, yeah. So now we have only one issue. We have this list, right? Right? But we don't know where the main is. Because with my wonderful programming in here. So maybe we should make a fake layer for the main. And instead of doing that. So well, what I was going to do. Yeah, I need to check how the thing is saved and loaded. But I need to take a break in a few minutes. So I'll do it after the break, and I'll take a break earlier. So let me calculate the timers. And we'll do that after the break and return and do the last 2 hours and call it a freaking day. So thank you for watching, and sorry if it wasn't that interesting, and see you later. I don't want to do be right back for 40 minutes or something, so I'll save you from that and do stop streaming. Goodbye.